The reason why I'm putting up all these words, the reason why I'm giving out all these stories, is because people are wondering, who is this woman that she's pushing her nose, poking her nose, concerns the leadership of Jaramogi, or the family of Jaramogi. Yes, I was the second wife, according to the Luo tradition. My sister Gaudensia was number 3 on me. And we loved each other with Gaudensia there, up to date. Until now, we still love each other. In spite that she left me the home, I always stayed in her house when I'm in Nairobi. I would always stay with her wherever she is. We would always communicate. Now, the spirituals of our young sisters, of our grandparents, were ordained on me. That is why Mary wanted me to stay with that home, and that's why she left me to look after the home, because she knows that spiritually I'm very powerful. That is why she wanted me to look after her husband and her children, because of the spiritual powers that were given to me by the grandparents. Now, there's nothing I don't know about Jaramogi. When Mary Juma went to Britain, I was the one who was left to look after Mzee, massage him, wash him, and look after the children and make sure that children have eaten well. Mary was in Britain. She came back, and she came back with a lot of money. For us, we knew those are papers. But her and Mzee, they knew that was money that was given to her while she came back from Britain. Now, if you could hear a story that Jaramogi's wife wanted to eliminate him, it was not true. That was an agreement between the two. My sister agreed with her husband, and I was made in a go-between, not knowing that this food was already poisoned. So Mzee had a pussycat, and that pussycat is the one that was fed with the poison. I'm talking about it now because I know whoever gave my sister money to come and kill her husband, I'm sure they must have already been dead, because even among all the rest of the other ones are already dead. Lukobok is no longer there, Okelo Dongo is no longer there, Achieng Oneko is no longer there, J.D. Kali is no longer there. Those are the people that witnessed about the pussycat that ate the poison. But I'm the one, and my sister, that prepared the food and brought. After we had already kept the money. That is the first money that Jaramogi Oginga Odinga had, more money than Kenya with the 20 cents. If you can follow up the history, you would hear that Jaramogi Oginga Odinga had a lot of money that if you combine all the Kenya money, Jaramogi had 20 cents more than the money that belongs to Kenya. That was money that my sister brought when she came back from Britain. After that, my sister now left and stayed in Nyalenda, because after Jaramogi gave the cat the pussycat poison, I took her to Nyalenda. I took my sister to Nyalenda, so she stayed with our auntie in Nyalenda for so long. When she was in Nyalenda, I was the one looking after Diambo and Usewe and Udima, and making sure that I wash Mzee and make sure that I massage him. You had to massage Mzee every evening, every morning when he wakes up. After you have bathed him, you must massage him. I was doing all that while my sister was staying in Nyalenda with my auntie, and she became drunkard. She would drink and sleep there, so that when these people are coming to look for her, they would always find her when she's drunk. But that was all the plans that they made with her husband, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. But me as a small girl, I did not know that these were all arrangements. But I could always see that when she comes, they would laugh and jump around. I was their toy. When my sister comes home, she would always call me in her bedroom and ask me, Anyango, mitkoro kitagoga mzee? Do you disturb mzee? So mzee would walk in and says, Anyango bear. and they would laugh. They would laugh and I walk away. Now, that is how it started. Now, my main reason why I have to give all these statements, because I would like to make Kenyans know the real truth about everything concerns Jaramogi. The whole truth. How he has made his money. He was a hard-working person. He loved my sister. He used to go even to Uganda to buy fish, to open a shopping for my sister in Nia here, shopping center. They loved each other. And that is how I ended up in between them. Because my sister also loved me. And because of the spiritual powers that she felt that I would also make them inherit, I was there. Now, I am just wondering, why is this issue concerns the leadership about Raila? When Raila came back from Germany, spiritually, he was so much attached to me. And his father would always tell him, Anyango no mer, that Anyango is your mother. Don't play around with her. Don't play around with Anyango, and that is your mother. So he would always tell Raila that. But Raila still, as rude as he used to be, he would always insist on being close to me. And I would run away. That is how he came to meet the sister of Aida. When he met the sister of Aida, he now became out of my life. He was now not chasing me. He was now chasing the sister of Aida. That is how Aida met Raila. Because when Raila wanted to marry her, he told Raila that I will give you my sister. So she introduced Aida with her son Fidel, introduced to Raila, and that is how they got married. So he loved Aida, and they got married with Fidel in the hand. That is the truth. So they started off like that. Then Raila started off with the problem of being to the prison. So Raila was all the time in prison. So Joe Ager came into the life of Aida. That Jaramogi Oginga Odinga told Joe Ager to look after Aida. That is your in-law, just look after her. So Joe Ager was the one who was looking after Aida while Raila was in prison. So I may tell you the truth, Madam Winnie. Don't give people headache about the leadership of Raila. Raila en nyakwar joka Kàren, en remb joka Kàren. He has to have that power of joka Kàren, because we blessed him with that power from Kàren that came from Ramogi. While he was being cleansed, he was given that power. But now, you as a daughter of Joe Ager, if I'm lying, go and get a DNA. Joe Ager is right there. Even when Raila died now, he was still looking after your mom. Joe Ager is your biological father. Madam Winnie, don't give the children of Jaramogi a headache. Whatever your mom is doing, she's making a very big mistake. Because if she would know the spiritual power around Jaramogi Oginga Odinga's family, she would just step off and leave them alone. And if she would know the spirit inside me, she would just step aside and leave me alone. When she destroyed my properties in Kisumu, I didn't follow up because she's my daughter-in-law. I loved her. When Oloa Ringo was giving her a headache I was the only person who was visiting her.